Vital, aka King Chi, and I am back with another tool for your toolkits. This is part 2 of Mind Your Mind. I'll wait for you all to sign on. Give you just a minute. What's up, family? Let's get up here in this chat. Here we go, here we go, here we go. All right, y'all. So, today we're going to talk about being centered. All right? What's going on? Peace, Cheryl. Okay? Started off, the whole object of this series is to help all of you help yourselves. That's all I want to do. That's all I want to do in life. I just want to help people help themselves. Okay? I want to love y'all enough so that y'all can feel full and know how to do it for yourselves. Hey, Shantae. Did I say your name correctly? No, it's Shantae. Aha. What's up, Master Key? What's going on, Alex? A little fresh pressed apple juice. As you tune in, don't forget to thumbs up this video, like and share. And if you're new here, welcome and subscribe to this channel and take a look. See what we're doing at home at the House of Chi. So make sure you get your notebooks ready because I'm doing this in an order that you can always go back to whenever you're feeling like you're falling off in any area of your life. Okay? Yesterday we did I Am Focused. Today we are going to talk about the power of being centered and what does that mean? Okay? It's like center yourself, center yourself, center yourself. Well, what exactly does that mean, right? What does that mean to you all? Let me give you a shot. If I say I want you to center yourself, get centered, what does that mean to you? I'm curious. Now I want to know what you're thinking before I just, spoon feed you a whole bunch of could be garbage, right? Nah, I'm not trying to serve garbage. But what does it mean to you to be centered? You're doing all of these things. You got work, you got children, you got businesses to run, you got diets to maintain, you got detoxing, you got hair, nails, makeup, bling, boyfriends, girlfriends, All right, to get balanced about what's going on, balance, to be in a moment, to be in a present moment. Relax your mind. Okay. I'm glad I asked because what I want you to do is I want you, after watching this video, to understand that to be centered is for you to be grounded. Okay? To be centered is for you to be grounded. It is similar to be in the moment, in the present of the moment. Okay? That's key. But besides that very moment, you want to be centered in a way where you're present with all things reality of life, like the things you tangibly can touch, manipulate, change, transform, pay for, you're responsible for. You want to be in a state of centeredness. Okay? Centeredness is not just going to assist you with reaching your goals, but being centered is a very valuable gift to those of you who are constantly battling anxiety and PTSD. You're always feeling very nervous. You're kind of all over the place, or you're easy to irritate or get angry, because being irritable is one thing, but some of you just get really angry really quickly and like you just want to fight everyone, right? Being centered, when you think about it, you are your universe, okay? You set out into your day when you wake up in the morning, and everything you're doing, you're operating from this avatar. This is what you got, okay? You got this physical body, this is the form, this is the container. When you do your astrological charts, right, at the center of it, the earth that all these planets are revolving around is you. Okay? It's you. When you are working with yantras and there's a bindu for you to stare into, and that's the most powerful point, the most powerful source of energy, the most highest level of understanding and being able to translate the information is being encoded into your being by the yantra is where? It's right, boom, at the center. So if you want to accomplish anything in life, you have to learn how to center yourself. Okay, yesterday we talked about focus. Today we're talking about being centered. Absolutely centered. When we admire people who don't seem to just get knocked off their horse too easily, especially in the sense of emotions, right? We admire it because most things don't knock them right or left, back, forth, right? They continue to have a stance that is, boom, what's happening in front of me? And this type of mindset is going to help you remember what's really important, right? Because if you're focused, then you already have your goal of where you're going. When you're centered, you're dropped into being grounded into the earth, into your reality that's happening right now. One of the falsities that people think is that if you're really spiritual and you're really psychic and you're really sensitive and you're an empath and you have all of these super quirky woo, right, gifts, that you're kind of just all the way out here, right? But meanwhile, an individual who can all the way always be out here all the time, like they can just boom, just download information. They're like in 2025, they know exactly what's going to happen, and they're going to be wearing pink lipstick and, you know, glittery shoes. Okay? However, the person who's even more powerful than that is the person who can, like, your organize with. Let me see if I have a nice one here. Not all of them are nice, but this one is kind of tiny, right? Boom, right? What makes this organized powerful, okay, is the fact that it has a solid base, right? You got the 4 base, and it's centered. This gives it its center. This, if it was like this, right, it's gonna need all the assistance in the world. It got the same material in here, right? Same properties, same magnetism. But if it's like this and it's wobbling, it can't really ground the energy that I need it to ground. It's no longer going to serve the same purpose of like protection. It's no longer going to be able to refract light consistently the way I need it to, right? So you yourself are the same way. So if you're standing, right, like on your square, you're centered, you're grounded, you'll be able to see with your limbs, get off my chair, right? With your limbs, what's going on, right? If you need to fight, you're grounded. But if you're not centered and something's coming at you, all you can do is react to what's coming, right? It's like, you don't have much protection. But if you're centered, you're able to see a mile away what's coming forward because you're grounded on earth. You have to be able to master being out here when it's time to meditate, right? You're sitting, even when you're sitting, you're grounding. You're sitting your bottom on the ground, you have your legs crossed, and you have to give yourself a center so that the energy can move. It's the same way when you're standing and you're moving in life. Your meditation is not just when you're quiet, okay? Or it's not just when you're chanting. Your meditation is your livelihood. It's what you're doing even when I'm speaking to you right now. I'm centered on the fact that I need to look at the camera in order to connect with my audience. I need to have my thoughts processing at a rate that I'll be able to speak clearly and you can hear me. I need to know and trust that with my breath, that there's no rush. If the person watching this video needs to get to the meat of my video quickly, that's not really my concern, because one, it's not my focus. Two, I'm centered on making sure that you're getting the message at the time that you need it. If you're in a rush, I'm centered enough to understand that this is technology. You can pause it. You can go do whatever you're doing. Come back and you won't miss anything. But this kind of flow with your environment is given to you when you're able to center. Two of the main, I'm gonna say three of the most powerful forms or exercises for centering yourselves is one, tapping into the breath. Okay? Anytime you find yourself running in circles like a chicken with your head cut off, all right? You got to clean the house, but you clean in the closet in the basement, and then you going to go brush your teeth in the second bathroom. Or you going to change your sheets on your bed, and then you putting on your sneakers because you're going to go to the store. And you just doing this, right? Boom, 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 boom. Going all over the place. Stop. Just stop. That movement in itself is feeding anxiety, and anxiety really is because you're not grounded. Anxiety gives you the feeling of like you're falling. You're falling. You're falling, you're losing control. And everything is happening and you don't have anything to hold on to, which is what gets your heart going. You're feeling really stressed out because it's, at that moment in time, your thoughts start racing. So what you have to do is, one, tap into your breathing. I always say that breathing is the key. Why? Because it literally is the key in between your voluntary and involuntary nervous system. So of course it's harder to think while you're having an anxiety attack, if that's the case. Oh, let me just breathe. But at this point in your lives, that needs to be something that is automatic, and it's only going to become automatic by continuously doing it. You breathe. How do you breathe? Breathe slow enough for you to identify, I am breathing in now. I am not breathing right now. I'm breathing out now. I'm not breathing anymore. I'm breathing in now. Just like that, I'm not breathing any longer. I'm breathing out now. Slow your breathing down long enough for you to narrate it, as if you were telling someone who could not see or hear you exactly what you're doing when you start breathing. That's the only pace you need to think of at the moment. If I told you got to do 8 in and 16 out and hold for 2, in a moment of duress where you have lost your center, all that is going to do is make you more agitated, more irritable, and feel more like you're losing it. When I want you to center, I want you to realize that you are the center. And that's why the speed of your breath is going to be controlled by your ability to breathe in and narrate in your own voice of you breathing in, taking a pause, breathing out, and taking a pause. Does that make sense? I'm calling it, and this is a 4-part breath that I teach you all with Comedic Yoga. This is really easy. It's in, pause, out, pause. Real simple. Okay? When you do that, your subconscious mind gets interrupted. The programming, you interrupt the programming, and you go up. The director takes his chair, sits down, just like this. This is you on anxiety. You're not centered. Then you pause to breathe, and you're like, all right, got this shit. I'm sitting in my seat. I'm gonna breathe in. I'm breathing out. All right? And yes, those pauses are in between and breathing. So that's the first part. First part, when you realize you're not centered. And you're going to realize you're not centered because you say you're going to do one thing. And you go all the way to the opposite side of wherever you're at to go do another thing. Only to come back to the same area to go start working on another thing. Your ass need to stand still and go, okay, I'm not centered right now. Because I'm doing things the long way, which is the wrong way, because I have a better way of getting this done. And I'm going to find it. First, let me get centered. All right, so you're using a breath for that. 2, you can just take a moment to look at what you're doing. We do so many things that are on autopilot that the moment you look at and describe and identify what you're doing is going to bring you back to reality. You can be cooking, right? And you're just moving. You're used to making your food, you're moving. Then your thoughts start going. But then when you're doing this work, you realize that every single thing that you do is a ritual. So if you're cooking, in your mind, you let your mind just go all over the place, don't forget that all of those things are going into your food. Okay? So while doing so, and you catch yourself, oh, I'm thinking about the argument I had earlier. Oh, I'm thinking about how I want to set it off on somebody. You want to be mindful that you're not poisoning energetically the people that you're cooking for, including your babies. And you want to go, okay, wait, I'm cooking. What are some of the things that I want to manifest through my cooking? Because you're literally putting ingredients in, including, you know how, my most special ingredient is love. Yeah, that's sweet. But some of y'all special ingredient is an attitude, is bitterness, is scarcity, is jealousy, it's aggression. You put it right in the food, and everyone eats it. And it might taste all right to their taste buds. But energetically, you start living in a hostile environment and can't figure out why. Your organs start shutting down on you, and you can't figure out why. I'm not eating meat no more. I ain't eating a bunch of bread. Well, my ass just can't get rid of the weight because you are eating garbage energy. There you go. Okay? Yeah. And for those of you who like to eat out, y'all know damn well them cooks inside the restaurants aren't all the way present. and centered. So don't forget to Bismillah. Don't forget to say your prayers over your food. Okay? So I said breathing and noticing exactly what you're doing. Okay? The last thing is stand on your feet. Like stand all the way on your feet. Stand straight up. And the reason being is that when you're standing up, like, all right, if I'm sitting in the chair and I'm at the computer, I'm like this, right? This is how we end up looking by the end of the day. Don't even realize it, okay? If you feel like you're going all over, okay? Stand up. You stand up because in order to stand up, you're already going to stretch out your spine. And when you have your spine elongated, that energy can go up way more easily, and you'll have more access to your prefrontal cortex, the processing center for decision making. Okay? So you want to be standing up on your feet. Let me see. Don't make fun of my toes. But stand up. About hip width apart. Just stand up. Soften your knees, so don't lock up your knees. But just stand up. Okay? We're moving into your homework. So it's not going to be a horse stance. Y'all have had horse stances before, right? But I want y'all to just stand up. Real relaxed. Okay? You're going to soften your elbows. And yes, it's like hugging tree. Qigong. Okay? And you literally can just stand and do this. If you're in your car and you're having road rage, I'll give you another thing in just a second. Rock with me. Roll with me. Let's do this. Okay? So you're standing here. You have an assignment today. Your assignment is to look at the Om symbol. Right? Stand in front of your Om symbol and harness the energy. This right here is about harnessing energy. Because just like this, right? Just like this is harnessing energy. You want to put your body in a position where all of that extra energy that's just flying off of you, okay? Flying off of you, got you all over the place, trying to connect here, trying to connect there, trying to connect there. You ain't making a connection. You're just losing electrons, okay? Bring it in. Look forward. And silently as you breathe in, pull your hands up and silently chant your Om while staring at your Om. And as you're breathing out, chant your Om out loud. All right, so it's in, it's silent, Om. And out. You got that? Yeah. You got it? Can you back up a little so we can see the hand movement? The hand movement is this. Don't bring the hands past your eyes. Under your navel, up, under your eyes. That's it. Okay? Y'all are chanting and y'all understand creation, maintenance, and destruction. But while you're building up this energy to do such a thing, gods and goddesses, you want to be centered so that you're not destroying aspects of your reality that don't need destroying. And that usually happens because you let your emotions knock you off your center. So you're working your way towards the top. Let's say you're in your corporate job. You know what I mean? Everybody got to do what they got to do. You've been working your way up. Somebody really gets on your nerves. And you fly off the handle. For what? It's not that you can't knock somebody out when you need to. I'm not a, advocate of being a pushover. But you really should value more so your energy and where you're going to put it. And that's what it comes down to. And when you're centered, you realize that you are the center of the universe. I mean, whether people want to hear that or not. Some people are real uncomfortable with that. What do you mean? You're not the center of the universe. Well, yeah, I am. And if there's a conflict here, I'm open to seeing how, while I'm the center of my universe, can I share my world with you without, crushing your universe? Because I don't have to do that to exist. I can continue to exist and not even exist at all in your world. Okay? But it does not take away from the fact that that individual is the center of their universe. You are the center of your universe. Okay? And y'all just trying to, do a dance. Oh, let me see what's going on in the chat. So y'all follow so far? So far, so good? Have to be animated to die. You been looking. Aki says she been all over the place. Why? And cleaning the car at the same damn time. Control panel. You know what? With the words rational and irrational, I like for you to be irrational when you're planning. Like when you've in the beginning stages of your creativity and you're dreaming, I want you to be irrational. I want you to think like, I live in a matchbox today and I'm going to live on a beachfront property where, I have floor-to-ceiling windows and I own the building, but I live in the penthouse suite. I want you to be irrational because, irrational really just means you just don't know how yet. It doesn't make sense because nobody, included you and your mama, knows how. But if you can start there when you're creating, then you can figure out the in-between. And you'll figure out quickly the rational parts, how you get there. All right? But yeah, I just saw the word rational and objective. But yes, rational and objective. You are centered and you realize, you want to go on a trip to Hawaii. But you have not financially prepared for it. And your children have a trip that's required for their learning. And that's going to take away from what you have to go on your trip. What's the priority? Know your priorities. And sometimes we need to write them down because while we're the center of our own universe, our priorities may be shifting due to whatever hat we are wearing in our lives. Okay? Yeah, you might want to be on every single meditation. And a meditation might be 11 o'clock at night, but you have to go to work for 3 o'clock in the morning. And you know that you need your rest. So you have yourself a membership so that you can listen to it at your own leisure, if need be. You know, simple things like that. All right? You have your priorities, then you can put things in order, and then you won't be stressed out so much. And I know it sounds easier said than done, but you utilize these tools every day. It makes it a little easier. I was gonna ask her, does she want a lemon wedge from my Kool-Aid that she holds? Alex is funny. Your energy goes into your food. Why don't eat from everyone? Bird. Michelle Porter. When you taking the food from outside, Oh, Michelle Potter, I think you said something about sitting up straight in your chair. I was asked if I took a vow of silence. Shirley, that's big for you. Somebody was like, she too quiet. I've been getting a lot of headaches because of my anxiety and my mind is all over the place. Well, Shantane, if you are just now getting in here and you start doing these Om chants, when you're doing them properly, they actually do remove headaches. Okay? And what's beautiful about Om is that it is the culmination of all sounds. And so while doing it, it helps to center the mind. So whatever anxiety is usually, you're trying to have 50 emotions at one time for like 10 different activities or events in your life that are past, present, and future. And so you can't really get grounded. Because how can you literally exist in all these places at one time and be effective? I mean, I know y'all are training to be Jedis, but you ain't there yet. So give yourself that kind of grace and give yourself a damn reality check. Seriously, when you're feeling crazy, like, I know a lot of y'all, some of y'all crazy. Y'all honestly are cray. All right? You go reality check. Hey, foo-foo, what the hell are you all mad about? What are you really mad about? Somebody said something that triggered you? Why don't you go find a corner and ask yourself if it's true? Is it true? That's why it bothers you? Okay. So go deal with that. You see what I'm saying? Oh, somebody stole my idea. Y'all know how many people out here start doing everything the hell that I do? Oh my gosh. Y'all don't know. I get mad sometimes. I'll be ready to snap. And then sometimes when I'm like, oh yeah, I'm ready to snap. T be like, all right, just wait. We're going to line them up. Don't worry about it. Like an hour later, like, I'm hearing about this conversation. Like, I forgot what I was lined up for. Why? Because I just returned to my center, and that whole shenanigans, that person, that thing, whatever they're doing just became so irrelevant to my reality that I'm putting my energy somewhere else now. And it just works out for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm cute and light skinned. I can't be fighting the world all the damn time. If I was cute and dark skinned, I would be telling you the same thing. So anybody who got all in their panties in a minute just now. All right, let's see. I mean, I'm finding so many people who do what I do, but they ain't me. I mean, that's facts. It just doesn't matter. My baby hairs, I have edges. You know why? Because I don't brush them. I don't brush and gel them. This ain't the damn 90s, y'all. Thank you, Erika. But yes, mind your mind, get centered, get grounded. Some of y'all are fortunate enough to live where it's always warm for the most part. So if you can, get your feet in the dirt always, anytime you're feeling crazy. All right. And Michelle, yes, I sent off your body wash. So shouts out to the Netherlands. They're going to be talking about this body wash. You hear me? We global. We global. All right. Anyone have any questions? And sit in your chair backwards if you don't like sitting up. Okay? You see how the chair is made? Look at the chair. It gives you a lean. It leans. Look at it. It's like, sit in me and be lazy. Look at it. Look. Just be lazy. Eat and just be lazy. No. Take away the back of the chair. Sit like this. Like you're on a horse and you're ready to go. You're ready to go. All right. I'm done playing with y'all. Part 2. Be centered. Ground yourself. That's all I'm going to say. Put your whole foot on the ground. Put your whole foot on the ground. The heel, the middle part, you know, the plantar side. Each toe, feel it in the floor. Feel it in the floor. In your sneakers, in your shoes. Somebody just making you want to pick them like a booger. Just feel your feet in the ground. You see when a cat is about to pounce, it just send it into Mother Gaia. Let her take that in. And you be like, not today. Not today. Because I got an interview and I cannot tell them that I got detained over the weekend. But when I get that job, watch your back, son. Do you chant? The homework that you all got today was the homework that you have. Lakeisha, you said, do we still chant the mantra from yesterday? Oh, Mercury. That's what you're asking me about. Yeah, I told you to do that 21 times, 3 times a day, every day, boo. Y'all ain't got that Mercury aligned yet? Hell yeah. 21 times, 3 times a day. 21, 21, 21. Yes, the Mercury chant. So for those of you who are just catching this live and all of my shenanigans, make sure that you get the chant from your classmates. If you're not in HOC, then you need to add me on Facebook, Chi Vital, because if you're not in there, you're not going to be able to find House of Chi. And then I can add you. But send me a message. Tell me, hi, I'm adding you as a friend. I want to be added to HOC so I can know where I know you from. I was watching your video on YouTube, something of the sort, like that. Okay? Alright, y'all. I'll be back. We have another lecture tomorrow. Let me know how your centeredness is going. But work on that. Harness that energy. Harness the Om. Do your grounding stance. I'll see y'all soon. Peace, love, and bliss. Oh, it's Chi Vital. CHIVITAL. I'm out.